Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's Spontaneous Miscellaneous, and I'd figure I'd bring you guys a little guide on your potential first dungeon, which is going to be Sastasha. So, Sastasha is arguably one of the easiest dungeons in this entire game, but I figured I might as well start from the top of the list and then work my way down, and I'm gradually going to try and get all the dungeons, so let's get into it. So, at the beginning of these guys, I'm going to try and give you guys at least a small map to figure everything out. If you need to pause it, please do. But going in right away, we're just gonna aggro everything. But the main thing I'm gonna be pointing out are the important things. And this cave ahead of us is one of those things. So on the inside of this cave, there is going to be a note. On the note, it's going to tell you one of these three colors, blue, green, and red, which will correspond to a coral reef in the future, these. As you can see, green, red, and blue. Ours is blue for this dungeon, so we're gonna go ahead and hit the blue one. After you've activated it, you're going to go ahead and hit the switch that starts glowing. If you hit the wrong one, don't worry, it just spawns an enemy. After we hit the switch though, the first mini-boss, a little chopper, is gonna spawn. Kick his ass for me, will ya? Alright, after we finish doing that, we're gonna just reactivate the switch and that will open the door to the next area of the dungeon where we're eventually gonna meet the boss, which is gonna be Captain Madison. Yeah, he's intimidating, isn't he? Wow. Jesus. He's a menace to society. Yeah, he skipped out on a few bar tabs, so we're gonna kick his ass alongside his little goonies. So after you've beaten down to about half health, he's gonna start running away like a little just follow him along. But the problem is on the way of us following him, we're gonna run into a few more of his goonies. Make sure you grab this key. That's important. That key is used to open a door. So make sure you pick it up. Which door, you ask? This door? This door. Yeah, that door. Okay. See this guy? Kill that guy. Another key. Which key? That key. That key. Alright, open it up with that one. Yeah, that. Cocky bastards. Alright, again, we're gonna have a little run-in with Madison and his little goonies, so we're gonna beat the shit out of him. But this is gonna be a small difference in this fight. After Madison gets to about half HP, he's gonna open that gate that you just saw. That gate is gonna release a few dogs. Apologies, I can't speak today. A few dogs. Make sure if you're tanking this that you grab the dogs in this process because otherwise they'll go after the nearest DPS or your healer and you don't want that. So after you've almost killed him, Madison's gonna run away like a bitch again. But this time he's gonna run into one of the more populated areas of the dungeon, I should say. If you're new to dungeon crawling, I would say be a little wary of this because if you try to pull everything, there's a good chance your healer might not be able to heal you through all of it. But if you're pretty comfortable with your healer alongside of everyone else in your party, there's no reason you can't pull all of this. Just be really cautious, you might have to kite a little bit. But now we get to final encounter with the boss. So, plot twist. Captain Madison's not the boss. I'm sure a lot of you saw this coming. It's this fishy guy. Yeah. He's at least got the intimidation on his side. So, the main mechanic of this is if you look around, there's all these water jets. My friend Jay over here is gonna explain to us kind of how it works. You just interact with it. What happens when you don't interact with it, you ask? Well, it spawns mobs. Yeah, you really don't need to do the mechanic for this boss. You can pretty much just tank and spank him. It's really not rocket science to finish this one, but I wanted to at least make the guide anyway so we could start on the top of the list and work our way down. Good job, you just completed your first dungeon. So we got a little bit of time left, so I want to cover some important things about each one of the classes before we go on. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the tank. Tanks, make sure your tank stance is on. You can tell your tank stance on because that turns red. Cool. If that's not on, all those enemies you see, they're not aggroed to me. They're aggroed to someone else. You don't want that. That's how people die. Next is the DPS. You see my little DPS friend over there running ahead of everyone? Yeah, he's a maverick. He's a beast. He's dead. Don't be like him. Wait for your tank. Be with the party, and just wait. Now we only have one DPS. Next is healer. So the healer's got a pretty easy job of just making sure everyone's alive. I say easy very, very satirically, by the way. Don't take that serious. Yeah, just make sure that your tank doesn't die alongside the rest of your party, or else everyone's in for a bad time. And no one likes dying. Especially not me. But hey, don't take it too serious. At the end of the day, it's your first dungeon. You're gonna have plenty more ahead of you. You're gonna learn. You're either gonna die or you're gonna live. Who knows? But hey, you'll always respawn.